What's something you did that you later found out was illegal? I used to sneak into the abandoned movie theater downtown and fix the old projector just to watch classic films alone. The Starlight Theater had been closed for 3 years after the owner died. The marquee was dark, windows boarded up, but I'd walk past it every day after school, wondering what was inside. One afternoon, I noticed a loose board covering a side window. Curiosity got the better of me, and I squeezed through into what used to be the lobby. The place was like a time capsule. Red velvet curtains covered in dust, vintage movie posters peeling from the walls, an old concession stand with prices from the 1990s still displayed. But the real treasure was upstairs in the projection room. The equipment looked ancient but well-maintained. I'm pretty good with electronics, so I spent hours figuring out how everything worked. After a week of tinkering, I got the projector running. The sound system took longer, but eventually, I had it all working perfectly. I started bringing old film reels I found at garage sales and flea markets. Casablanca, The Wizard of Oz, Singin' in the Rain, movies I'd never seen on a big screen. Saturday afternoons became my ritual. I'd slip through that window, fire up the projector, and watch classics in a real movie theater, all by myself. I even started cleaning up, swept the floors, organized the scattered film canisters, carefully restored some of the damaged movie posters with tape and patience. The projection room became my sanctuary. I learned how to splice film, adjust the focus, even fix the flickering that had been bothering me for weeks. One Saturday, I was halfway through North by Northwest when I heard car doors slamming outside, then voices in the lobby below. My blood went cold. I'd been doing this for 4 months, and now I was finally caught. Someone's definitely been in here, a woman's voice echoed from downstairs. Look, they swept the lobby. I quickly turned off the projector and crouched behind the old popcorn machine, heart hammering in my chest. Footsteps on the stairs. Multiple people coming up to the projection room. This is incredible, the woman said. They fixed the projector. Look at this. Professional level work. I peeked around the machine. An older woman with silver hair and a clipboard stood next to a man in a dark suit, both examining my setup. The film splicing is perfect, the man said. Whoever did this really knows vintage equipment. Hello? The woman called out gently. We know you're here. We're not here to get you in trouble. We're from the County Historical Society. I stayed hidden, trying to figure out if this was some kind of trap. My name is Taylor Ortega, she continued. We represent the new owners of this building. Please, we just want to talk. After what felt like forever, I slowly stood up, hands shaking. I'm sorry, I stammered. I know I wasn't supposed to be here. I love movies, and this place was so beautiful, and I thought maybe. Taylor smiled warmly. How old are you, son? 17, I said. And you restored all this equipment yourself? I nodded, waiting for the police sirens. Instead, she pulled out a folder. The city just approved a $2 million grant to restore the Starlight Theater. We've been looking for someone who understands this vintage projection system. My mouth fell open. Most of the original equipment manuals were lost years ago, the man explained. We were told it would cost $50,000 just to get someone to assess what was salvageable. But you've already done that, Taylor said, gesturing around the room. And clearly, you love this place as much as we do. She handed me a business card. How would you like a job? We need a head projectionist who can train volunteers on the equipment once we reopen. I stared at the card, not believing what I was hearing. The pay is $20 an hour to start, Taylor continued. Plus, you'd get to program some of the classic film nights once we're operational. 6 months later, I was standing in the fully restored Starlight Theater, watching 200 people file in for our grand reopening screening of Casablanca. The marquee was blazing with lights. The red velvet seats looked brand new, and the projection room was equipped with both the restored vintage equipment and modern digital systems. As I started the film, I thought about that first afternoon when I squeezed through the window. Sometimes the best crimes are acts of love.